Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, the impact of the government shutdown on Medicare and Social Security. Also tonight, details on the state Supreme Court allowing a challenge to Arizona's voter-approved dark money law. And a new study addresses the growing risk of falls among seniors. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. The U.S. government officially shut down overnight, with Democrats holding firm to their demands to salvage health care subsidies that President Trump and Republicans in Congress have refused to negotiate. Indeed, the White House continues to threaten a mass layoff of federal workers in a matter of days should the shutdown drag on. All of this impacts a variety of government-funded agencies in a variety of ways, but what about Social Security and Medicare? Joining us now is Dana Marie Kennedy. She's the director of AARP Arizona. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, okay, let's start with Social Security. How much is this affecting Social Security as we speak?
It shouldn't affect it at all.
Wow.
So you should still get your Social Security checks, unless it goes on for over 3 months. But right now, we believe that everybody should be getting their Social Security checks.
So these are monthly checks, correct?
Monthly checks, correct.
Okay, and because the Social Security, I believe this was all approved by Congress, the funding was approved by Congress. Is there an expiration date on that?
An expiration date?
I don't think there's an expiration date on the funding for this additional funding or continued funding for Social Security.
Correct. We've been working really hard to get the continued funding for all the Social Security offices, especially the people who answer the phones and the customer service agents.
Well, but then in looking into this, I read that maybe some Social Security agencies or services, I should say, could be shut down, maybe providing customer service and these sorts of things. Is that what you're hearing?
We're concerned about the customer service part.
Yeah.
Each agency gets to determine, put together a plan. We haven't seen the plan per se. But as far as people receiving their checks, they're still going to get their checks.
Things like benefits verifications and earning records updates and all that minutia, that could be affected?
There could be some delays there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Replacing Medicare cards, things like that, could that, by way of Social Security, I want to get to Medicare in a second, but replacing those cards, could that be affected?
That could be delayed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we don't know, but what we do know for sure is what people are most concerned about is making sure that they're still getting their direct deposits.
Yeah, because it sounds like the Social Security Administration does have contingency plans for shutdowns. We've been down this road before. We have,
and people still get their checks.
Yeah. Cost of living adjustment, though, is that going to be delayed? What's going on with that?
I don't believe that will be delayed, but it could be. There's still a lot that we unfortunately, just shut down, so we still don't know everything. And
those cost of living adjustments, that happens this time of year, doesn't it?
It does. And so they may not roll that out because that will take workers to be able to do that.
Yeah. Regarding Social Security, again, I want to get to Medicare in a second, but Social Security, what are you hearing? What are people, besides the check? Obviously, the checks are the big thing. Is that pretty much the majority?
Well, unfortunately, this just happened the same time where they were stopping receiving checks. So people who received a paper check, that actually stopped just on the 30th. But most people already have direct deposit.
Yeah.
So people who needed to be able to transfer to get a direct deposit account, they needed to do that. So paper checks have been eliminated unless you are 90 and over, or you have some type of mental impairment. So people who all of a sudden may be concerned about that, they may have a hard time getting through the Social Security Administration.
Interesting. I didn't even know that I didn't even know that they no longer sent out checks.
Well, only about 7,000 people in Arizona still were getting checks.
Yeah.
But if you think about rural Arizona, some people may not have access to banking, so some people were still receiving checks. So they stopped that on the 30th.
All right, that's Social Security. Sounds like things are pretty much okay for now, just watching and waiting. Mm-hmm. What about Medicare?
Medicare is going to be fine as well. However, if you're just applying for Medicare, there may be a delay, and there may be delay in getting your Medicare card. But that means you're still eligible to receive health care benefits under Medicare.
So when we talk about the enrollment period, this always confuses me with this. When is the enrollment period? For how long? Who qualifies, and is that affected by this?
So Medicare enrollment period is October 15th. So I'm a little concerned about that open enrollment because a lot of times people have questions and they want to be able to contact Medicare. Caseworkers, that may be impacted by this. They may be furloughed. So people, if they had a Medicare caseworker, they may have a hard time being able to get in touch with that person. But Medicare itself, as far as the benefits, that should be fine, but payments could be delayed.
I was going to ask about payments.
Yeah, so payments to your doctors or to hospitals, those payments could be delayed because of the shutdown.
All right, but that is something that has to be dealt with by the doctors and the hospitals, correct?
Right. And the insurance, right?
Right.
Which Medicare is your insurance.
So basically, you do your part, but it's the providers that are going to have to figure out what's going on.
There could be delays in getting their payments.
Yeah. The longer the delay, the more the disruptions, I would imagine?
Absolutely. Hopefully it's, the delay isn't more than a couple of weeks.
Do we?
Or, the shutdown.
The shutdown, yeah. Well, we'll see. They don't seem to be in any big hurry to get this done. Do we know anything about SNAP benefits and these sorts of things? How's that holding up?
So once the money runs out, then there's going to be delays with SNAP benefits as well. So people who need food assistance, that could be impacted as well.
And how many Arizonans are on food stamps?
I don't know off the top of my head.
But it's quite a few, and they need.
Yes.
Do you think people realize when they hear the government shutdown? It almost sounds like it's happening way over there. It's not going to affect us too much. Just make sure the checks come and this, that, and the other. But if the SNAP and food stamps by any other name here, that's affected. That's going to affect a lot of folks.
People who have food insecurity, absolutely. And people, running all the food pantries as well.
Yeah.
That's also money into the economy.
And all of this obviously affects seniors. Talk to us about that and just how concerned you are. I mean, how concerned you're hearing, what kind of concern, I should say, you're hearing from seniors?
Today, our phones haven't been ringing off the hook, but we have been getting some emails regarding some questions that people have. And they do want to know, mostly they're concerned about, any type of payment that they're getting.
Yeah.
But they are concerned about the open enrollment as well. And so I think that seniors, and also I'm concerned about the home and community-based services that are provided by the area agencies on aging. All those payments could be delayed. And they're already short of funding as it is.
Yeah.
And they have large caseloads.
So bottom line here, Medicare and Medicaid benefits, good for now. Social Security payments, including SSI benefits, good for now. VA medical care and benefits,
Good for now.
Good for now. Some regional offices might be closing though, huh?
Yeah. But the medical offices are okay.
And disability payments, again, good for now.
Yes.
And SNAP benefits, good for now, but that one, the longer the shutdown, the more disruptions will follow.
Yeah, and also just qualifying for these programs and the questions that people ask.
All right. Well, you're going to have a lot of, I'm imagining your phone's going to start ringing a little bit more as the days wear on. Dana Marie Kennedy, AARP Arizona. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Arizona PBS and ASU School of Civic and Economic Thought and Leadership bring great minds together in the Civic Discourse Project. From civic leaders to top scholars, hear conversations that challenge us through civil dialogue while tackling history, politics, race, and other issues shaping America today.
I'm Chef Mark Tarbell. Welcome to Check Please Arizona, the show where Arizona residents recommend their favorite restaurants.
Thursday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
She was Carmen.
She was Grace Bumbry, one of opera's pioneering African-American stars. In scenes from her legendary Carmen, treat yourself to the magic of Grace Bumbry on Great Performances.
Friday night at 8 on Arizona PBS.
The Arizona Supreme Court recently ruled that state lawmakers can go ahead with their lawsuit against Proposition 211, known as the Voters' Right to Know Act, which targeted dark money in elections and was passed by an overwhelming majority of voters in 2022. The lawsuit claims that Prop 211 improperly delegates legislative power away from lawmakers. Attorney Robert McWhirter joins us now to help explain the court's ruling. Robert, good to have you here.
Hi, Ted.
Good to see you again. All right, so what exactly did the court do here? Because this deals with standing mostly, right?
Standing. Okay, we're in the constitutional weeds here.
Yes.
I mean, most people don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm worried about standing in the Supreme Court. What standing is, it's a doctrine nationally, really, in the federal Supreme Court, that says that, are you the right person to bring this? Do you have an injury? Do you have standing to complain? Now, in the Arizona Constitution, you actually don't have prohibitions against standing, but they kind of have an equivalent. It's the court's prudence they will do it, because the U.S. Constitution has specific things about that, and the Arizona Constitution doesn't. So they had an easier hurdle to get over to say they have standing.
And basically the lawmakers are saying we have standing because this voter-approved law, and I'm going to ask about this, because if this voter-approved law takes away legislative power, I would imagine all voter, but they're saying that this voter-approved law takes away our power as lawmakers to make laws.
Yeah, and what the court said is, we're really not going to get to that issue. We're just going to let you be the one to complain about it. So we're not going to hear in other words, we'll hear your complaint later, but right now we're just giving you the standing. Now, you just said something very important, and that is, okay, what do the voters have versus what the legislators have? And in Arizona, unlike nationally, voters are legislators because we can do initiatives and referendums. Now, you don't have that in the federal Constitution. Certain states have that, and Arizona is one of them.
Right. And the legislature forever has hated that.
They hate that because they think they should be the only ones doing it.
But Robert, if this case, if the Supreme Court says, yes, you do have standing here because this takes away this, it's possible you could be harmed. And I don't understand exactly how they would be harmed, and I don't understand the possibility of that. But if that's the case with this voter-approved ballot measure, what's with all the other ones?
Okay, with the other ones you got to put in two camps. There are the voter initiatives that change the Constitution. But as you stated, this is the Voter Right to Know Act,
yes,
which is like a statute. Now, what acts do, and this is what the dissent in the opinion said, is what acts do is they often give agencies, executive agencies, power to create rules and regulations. And there's always this constitutional question, are you making a rule or are you just legislating for us? Now, this is big in the U.S. Supreme Court with what's called overturning the Chevron doctrine, okay, but that's federally. So this is at play here. So what they're saying is, look, this power they're giving to the Independent Redistricting Commission is giving legislative power, not just rulemaking authority. And we want to be the ones to complain about it.
It's clean elections, though, correct?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, clean elections.
I beg your pardon. Yeah.
So they're basically saying that you're letting them do what we're supposed to do.
What we're supposed to do. Now, the interesting thing is in Arizona, you do have a history of division of power. Remember, we have a corporation commission, for instance, which is a fourth branch of government. Now, if they would have made this on that level, you could actually have an argument whether they created a fifth branch of government just on this issue. But it's still an act, and so they're arguing, no, you can't give them all this power to create regulations because you're actually legislating.
But Robert, this, correct me if I'm wrong, this basically reverses a trial court ruling. So
Yes.
what did the trial court find that was so different than the Supreme Court's looking
Well,
at?
what the trial court find is, I'm sorry, Speaker of the House and President of the Senate, you don't have standing. In other words, no harm has occurred here yet. And this is what the dissent said. They get into this little analogy of, okay, somebody gets your credit card, but until they use it, you haven't been harmed. Okay, in other words, somebody steals your card.
Right.
Until you use it. And so what the dissent is saying is, well, they haven't used the credit card yet. In other words, they haven't created the regulations, which may or may not be a violation of the power of the legislature to legislate. And then you have this issue about, well, what's the status of the voters as legislators and initiatives versus the legislators themselves? And the dissent is saying, hey, you're putting now the voters in kind of a second lower power tier, but they're not. They're supposed to be the same as legislators when you're using the initiative process.
Yes. And there's another. The Supreme Court is looking at this issue by another court case, and that involves free speech rights, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So there's another thing. What regulations are you allowed to bring forth, and where's the constriction? And when does legislation begin and regulation begin? When does a regulation become legislation that the legislature should pass and there's a separation of powers? Because remember, what the legislature does is give delegated authority, both in Arizona and nationally, delegated authority to the executive to affect laws. So they're saying, okay, we can't make every little regulation about what the state mine inspector should do and what kind of copper ore he should look at. So we delegate that to an agency, an executive agency. Well, that's okay. But the issue is, when does that executive agency go so far that they're legislating something the legislature should do? This is the tension.
Does this, the fact that they say you have standing, and again, reversing the trial court decision, reversing that decision, you got standing, does that suggest that the state Supreme Court, when it does decide this case on merit, will decide this case in favor of lawmakers?
If I were the two parties here, I'd much rather be the lawmakers than the other ones challenging it. And you got to kind of look at the interesting politics here. It's the Republican legislators who don't like this initiative. And so they're fighting this standing battle. But the act is the Right to Know Act, the Citizens' Right to Know Act.
Right.
I guess they don't want the citizens to know where the money's coming from. I mean, it gets right down to that.
Yeah, it's a dark, it's
dark money.
It's anonymous speech,
Right.
and we've had many programs on this and many shows
yes.
from those who are saying if you limit anonymous speech, you are limiting people's free speech rights, and you're chilling. It has a chilling effect.
Well, former Justice Antonin Scalia on the U.S. Supreme Court, he was big in overturning Citizens United, the
Yes.
campaign. But he did say, and he never had a case in his lifetime on this, he said, well, you should not put limits on free speech, not put limits on campaign contributions, and I kind of think that's wrong. But he also said, the First Amendment doesn't give you the right of anonymity. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but you're not allowed to be free from people who are pissed off at you for saying it.
Yes, and that is the delineation, and we
Right.
have had so many back and forth on that on this program. We're out of time right now, though. Good
There we go.
explanation, Robert. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says older Americans are experiencing about 12 million falls per year. One ASU professor has partnered with the commission to find ways to reduce that number. We welcome Thurman Lockhart from ASU School of Biological and Health Systems Engineering, and also joining us is Steve Filmer, Media Relations Manager at ASU. Good to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us. Thurman, we'll start with you. The risk of falling among seniors, is that risk increasing?
That risk is increasing significantly, especially the bathtub type of injuries that causes traumatic brain injuries are increasing significantly.
Is that because there simply are more seniors? Are the bathrooms outdated?
Yeah, so a combination of both, yeah. The older adults, the population is increasing significantly, of course, about 70 million, coming up to about 2030. And of course, the bathtub standard for the coefficient of friction bathtub standard has been obsolete since 1979.
79, holy
Yeah.
smokes. Coefficient of friction, what does that mean?
Coefficient of friction is basically slipperiness to a certain extent. Coefficient of friction is defined by horizontal force divided by the vertical force.
Oh boy.
What it means is basically, as we walk, we demand certain friction. And if that friction is not met by certain
Yes.
Friction demanding, surface, then you're going to slip, basically. So basically what we're looking at is coefficient of friction, and how does that coefficient of friction change with a person actually stepping and taking a shower and things.
And that takes us, and Steve, I'm going to get to you in a second here, but that takes us to your study and your test. Talk to us about this.
Yeah. So basically, what we're doing now is, we're actually doing a slip and fall study, the actual study with the older adults who are harnessed, and they're walking over a bathtub and stepping onto the bathtub. And sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's wet. And we're looking at their responses to that slip or no slip. And so there, that was, she did it very nicely there. And,
but I mean, just seeing her take that step, I was like, holy smokes, I bet
exactly
that's
right.
not slippery down there.
Yeah, so that part might not be slippery. So we now you could see that
there they go.
Our student is spraying some slippery solution. It's basically salt and water.
And you measure what? Are you measuring how long it takes or what?
Yeah, so we're measuring at the time of the contact how much they're slipping.
Yes.
The slipping distance.
Oh, I see her. She just went right there.
Yeah, so there was a slip distances there. And then if you go over certain slip distance, then we call that a fall. Because you can no longer regain your posture.
Yeah, and she's having her problems right. Okay, all right, Steve. You're involved here because you took part in this test, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just a guy who tells stories for ASU, and this is science and research that really touches our lives. It makes our lives safer. It's an investigation, but it's also an invitation. The study needs people like the woman you just saw to sign up and be volunteers for this. Thurman Lockhart and his team were game to let me suit up, strap on the harness, and go give it a try. Now, granted, when you see me do this, the team has taken all the parameters up to 11, all right? We have picked the slipperiest piece of tile. We have picked the slipperiest solution because we wanted to see what this looks like in an actual fall, and that's me losing it right
I was going to say, you're falling here pretty quick.
But the study needs more people like me and like the woman you just saw before me to be volunteers for this, and not just older folks like me, but also really, Thurman, it's what, 18 to age 100?
100,
to get the right statistical data to get what we need to learn to make these bathroom surfaces safer.
And Steve, when you did this, I mean, you're falling all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you expect and what did you experience?
What I experienced is that jolt of adrenaline you get when we fall, but without any of the pain or the what did I just break or bruise, which is kind of a fun experience afterward, but you definitely feel all that scary that you usually feel when you really take a fall.
And Thurman, again, at what age do folks find themselves starting to slip a little bit here?
Yeah, I mean, so you could start beginning at like 55 or even 60s and 65. But if you look at the statistics directly from CPSC, you could see that 70s and 80s and 90s, they're having some issues, significant issues related to the traumatic brain injury.
So when Steve does this and when the other people do this, what are you looking for here? What are you trying to study? What are you measuring?
So right now I'm measuring actual bathtubs. So we actually bought bathtubs from like Lowe's, from a variety of places. And we cut off the bathtub and then put them on this platform, and then basically have people go walk on it. Step over it.
Yeah, well, I just saw Steve Filmer. Just take it right there. I mean,
exactly right. And that's a slippery surface.
So
what's happening is with the bathtub industry is that so if you put a high coefficient of friction, if it is not slippery, then it's going to be very hard to clean, right? Because you got a lot of asperities showing up there. Now, if it is very slippery, then it's very easy to clean to a certain extent. So the bathtub industry is creating these bathtubs without the standards, so everybody's just buying things, without really knowing the danger.
We got about 30 seconds left here, Steve. What do we take from this? What do we take from this story?
Well, first of all, that this is important research that really makes our lives better. But to do the research, people like Thurman Lockhart need volunteers. So Arizona PBS is offering itself up to be a portal to let people volunteer, literally see the research, but literally step into the research if you're game to do it, ages 18 to 100, right, Thurman?
100, right, yeah.
And where do we learn more about this?
We can go to your website.
Yeah, our website, locomotion.isc, Locomotion Research Laboratory at ASU.
Okay.
And,
Locomotion Research Laboratory at ASU.
Yeah, laboratory, yeah,
All right,
Locomotion
well,
Research Laboratory.
we'll run to our computers, but carefully. As gentlemen, good story, good stuff. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
That's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.